What's going on, guys? I bet you guys were expecting Vic. You don't got Vic, you got your boy Fresh D right now. It's gonna be a little special announcement before we get into today's video. So as you guys can see, we have our holiday boxes out here. So this is just a special announcement to let you know that our holiday boxes are going on sale soon. So for all you sneaker enthusiasts and soap connoisseurs, this will be the perfect gift for you guys. But we're gonna be doing something special. So as you can see, there are 5 boxes out. So that means what we're gonna do is we put 5 golden tickets. Little example, this one obviously doesn't have the code in it. So we put 5 tickets in 5 random boxes. So with that ticket, what it grants you is an all expense paid trip. That's gonna be hotel, flight to come see the rejuvenator office. I'm just kidding, I wish we could really do that. But unfortunately, maybe when we get the new office, we'll do that. We'll do some kind of giveaway and let you guys come down and see the store. But until then, so 5 tickets, 5 random boxes. What they are gonna grant you is $50 to spend on the rejuvenator website. So if you guys do order one between now and the holidays, and make sure you guys take a look in it, there might be a golden ticket. And these things are limited, so you guys wanna hurry up and make sure you guys buy one. So with that great announcement, guys, let's get into Monday's video. Hope you guys like it.
How we doing, YouTube? Thank you for checking out this new episode of Restorations with Vic. What we're gonna be working on today is this pair of 2008 CDP black cement 3s. This pair right here is gonna be the 3rd black cement that I've worked on for YouTube. The first pair I worked on was the 2001 black cements. The second pair was the 2011 retro black cement 3s. This pair right here is the 2008 CDP from the package. Each one of them may be very similar, but at the same time, they're all very different to work on. For this shoe right here, it is pretty beat up. As you can see, we have a lot of separation down here. I'm most likely gonna rip off the entire sole and reglue the entire thing, repaint the midsole, touch up the elephant print, touch up the back tabs, touch up the uppers, and of course, give the shoe a good, deep clean. Enough chit chat, guys, let's get started. Next, we're gonna wanna pop in our adjustable rejuvenator shoe tree to size. All right, so we get the shoe ready to get the cleaning started. For this cleaning, we're gonna be using Rejuvenator's 3-brush advanced ink blotting system, as well as our detergent and our brass bristle brush. Now, we're gonna go ahead and squirt a couple of squirts of our Rejuvenator solution. Let's get started with our soft bristle brush. One thing I always forget to do is take out the dirt from inside of the shoe. I can feel it on my hand as I'm cleaning. All right, so now that we got the shoe fully soaked up, I'm gonna start focusing on the elephant print. That was probably the dirtiest part on the uppers of the shoe. Hopefully it cleans up because elephant print is really tricky to touch up. Hopefully with the cleaning, it takes care of most of the damage. All right, so I think all the delicate areas on this shoe has been taken care of with the soft bristle brush. Let's go ahead and move on to our medium bristle brush so we can take care of these leather uppers, especially the tongue. As you can see under that soap, it's pretty grimy. I don't know if it's stain or if it's dirt, but we'll find out. Uppers, I think, and midsoles are fully done. Let's move on to our last 2 brushes, which is our stiff bristle and our brass bristle. The stiff bristle we'll be using for the soles. The brass bristle we'll be using for the toe cap. All right, so the stiff bristle brush worked great on the gray and red areas, but for the white, it's pretty stained. These soles are worn down, as you can see. It barely has any traction. So we're gonna be using the brass bristle brush for the white areas on the sole as well. Here, I'm gonna show you guys something. The brass bristle does make a huge difference. I barely even scrub compared to the stiff bristle brush. On this area right here, super white. Up here, I haven't touched it yet with the brass bristle. So go ahead and continue using this bad boy and get the soles fully cleaned up. All right, so I think the soles look good. Let's go ahead and work some magic on the toe cap. On the toe cap, it has some yellowing. That'll come out with the Salon Care 40, but the stitching overall is pretty dark looking. It's super grimy and dirty. I think the brass bristle will bring that back. Check out this quick update. On this side, the rubber still needs a little work. The Salon Care 40 will take care of it, but check out the stitching. It's coming back to white compared to this side. All right guys, so I think that's as clean as this shoe is gonna get. I spent a lot of time on the sole using the brass bristle brush. The uppers are as good as they're gonna get. So now in order to get this shoe fully clean, inside fully flush, get all that grime out of the shoe, we gotta go ahead and put them inside the washing machine. So we gotta grab our stinker laundry bag, put the shoe inside, lock it up, and off we go. Shoelace. So just so you guys know, the shoelace is black. I don't have to worry about rinsing it in the bowl. The washing machine is good enough. And these shoes do not have any insoles, so there was nothing to clean. Let's go ahead and put it in the washing machine. All right, so we're here in the laundry room, AKA the bathroom. Let's go ahead, put this shoe in the washing machine, grab some of our special laundry detergent, squeeze, and pour. So for the washing machine, always use cold water. For this one, since we're only cleaning one shoe, you're gonna wanna put a small cycle and on. Cleaning is good to go, guys. After checking out the entire shoe, I'm really happy with the results. I have a good feeling about this shoe after the restoration is completely done, that this shoe is gonna turn out really, really nicely. Everything about it cleaned up nicely, especially the elephant print. The elephant print was my biggest concern. Under the dirt, I didn't know how the original color was gonna be. Overall, the color's still there. I just gotta touch up the elephant print in some areas, like in this area specifically. The separation did not get worse. This is how it was before I started the cleaning. There are a few other little gaps around the toe box and over here that I'll take care of later. For now, what I'm gonna take care of next is the yellowing on the sole. There's not much of it, but there is some yellowing on the gray. If you look closely, you can see that deoxidation forming on the gray compared to this gray. It's supposed to be this tone. Right now it has like a yellowish tone. We're gonna get rid of that using Salon Care 40 and some saran wrap. We're not gonna put the shoe inside my indoor setup since it is very minor yellowing. We're gonna put them in the sun for about 30 minutes, come back, and move on to the next step. All right, shoe's good to go. Let's go put them in the sun. Toe cap's good to go, guys. Check out that stitching. The Salon Care 40 also helped with that. Looks a lot whiter. I also applied Salon Care 40 all over the sole of the edges. That also looks a lot better. Got the little yellowing out. So the rubber is good to go. Let's move on to the gluing. Before I can lay down some new glue, I gotta do some prep work. Using some acetone and cotton balls, we have to go in and remove all the old glue. If I just go in and apply the new glue without removing the old glue, it's not gonna hold in the long run. Even after a couple of wears, the glue is gonna come apart. So make sure you do the prep work. That's the most important step when it comes to gluing. So we have the old glue fully off. The shoe is dried. Let's go ahead and apply some bar cement. What we're gonna do is apply a thin coat on the sole and on the midsole. Let it cure for about 7 minutes, then clamp it together. All right, 7 minutes are up. Let's clamp it together. All right, guys, the gluing's fully done. There was a lot of separation on the shoe. It was all over the place, but it's all good to go. Toe cap area, as you can see, nice and clean. No glue where there shouldn't be. Lined up perfectly. Same thing with the separation on the sole. If you see the back piece, the sole is a bit stretched out. So there is a slight gap right here where it kind of, it's kind of noticeable. I tried to tuck it in. I couldn't though. If I tucked it in a bit more, there would have been a big old bump right here. So, it is what it is. The shoe is beat, the shoe is stretched out. Moving on to the next step on this restoration, we're gonna strip the midsoles. These midsoles are a bit older, so we're gonna wanna be very careful stripping them. I'm not gonna use acetone because it is gonna deteriorate some of the surface of the midsole. So we're gonna play it safe and use rubbing alcohol, cotton balls, and my finger to scratch off the paint. I'm gonna scratch off the paint on the black areas because that's the area that's very noticeable if it gets damaged. For the white, I'm gonna just use rubbing alcohol. Plus, it's not too bad. There's not that much paint left anyway. Most of the paint's already flaked off and cracked off. So for the black, I'll use my thumb. For the white, I'll go in and remove it with rubbing alcohol and cotton balls. So the reason why I use my thumb is because it's the safest way to do this. It's definitely way more time consuming, but you're guaranteed not to damage the midsole. All right, uppers are fully taped up, guys. We got the majority of the black paint off. Now using rubbing alcohol and cotton balls, we're gonna wipe off the white paint and some of the residue off the black. All right, so we got the midsoles fully stripped. They're super smooth. There's gonna be a clean repaint. Now the next step we gotta do is remove the tape, retape. And the reason why I do that is because when I use rubbing alcohol and acetone, it tends to weaken the paint. If I don't replace the tape, the paint's gonna get under when I repaint the midsole and it's gonna ruin the uppers. So spend the extra time by removing the tape and retaping and the sole to get that crispy repaint. Shoes are fully taped up. Once again, let's lay down some flat white paint with an angular brush. White's good to go, guys. Looks good, super smooth, just like I expected. Now onto the black. First, we gotta tape up. For this midsole, we're gonna be using the airbrush. You can use the paintbrush, it's the same exact thing. For me, I like using the airbrush on the 3's midsole just because it creates a crispier line near the air unit. Not saying you can't create that crispy line with the paintbrush, but for me, it just comes out a lot crispier, especially in this area. Usually when you airbrush it, you rarely get any black paint inside. That's the reason why I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and tape up so we can lay down some Cigar black paint through my airbrush. Midsoles are complete, guys. They look good. The black right now has a semi-gloss finish. Later on in the video, when I spray the matte finish, it'll give it the original finish it's supposed to have, which is matte. So the midsoles are complete, guys. Now let's move on to the uppers. For the uppers, we're gonna be focusing on the black first. On the toe box right here, there's some really deep scratches. 3 of them, actually 4 of them, 5 deep scratches. It's really rough, so we're gonna wanna sand them down using some 1200 and 400 grit sandpaper. It's not gonna come out perfect, but it's gonna look a lot better than what it looks right now. Once it's fully sanded down, we're gonna prep it with acetone on that area and other areas as well, because there's more areas that need to be touched up. Once the black's down, we'll move on to the gray. Black's all done. The toe box looks a lot better. Not 100% perfect, but it looks good. You can barely even tell it's there. Same thing with the rest of the black. Everything's been touched up, ready to go. Now let's move on to the gray. For the gray, the mix that I used to create that color was black, white, and magenta. It's a super easy mix. What I did was got a 1 ounce jar, added a good chunk of white, a little bit of black, and a little bit of magenta, and that's how you create the perfect mixture. Just mess around with those colors, and it should be fine. I also went ahead already and prepped the area. This area right here is the main area that's cracking and peeling. I prepped it with acetone and cotton balls already, so we're good to go. Ankle area looks good. It was a perfect paint match. Almost done with this restoration, guys. Now let's move on to these back tabs. As you can see, the air and the Jumpman has missing white paint, so we're gonna touch that up. But first, using a rejuvenator wipe, we're gonna wipe off this scuff right here, and then we'll touch it up. We're at the final step before we lay down the matte finish. The next step is the elephant print. Using a waterproof micron pen from Michaels, we're simply just gonna go ahead and touch up all the messed up areas all over the elephant print, especially in the front area right here. It's really easy. All you gotta do is just simply go over the areas that have missing black paint. Last step you gotta do, protect the shoe with some Krylon matte finish. The midsole, the uppers have been painted, so we gotta protect that. Once that's done, we'll lace them up and wrap up this video. All right, guys, that is gonna bring us to an end on this full restoration on these 2008 Countdown Package Black Cement 3s. Honestly, there was a lot of work that went into this shoe, but it was one of the easiest restorations that I've done. And that's because I've done this shoe a million times. On YouTube, I've done the 2001 retro, the 2011 retro, and now I did the 2008 retro. So if you guys are restoring any of those shoes at home, check out those videos. For this shoe, I went ahead and gave it a full deep clean inside and out using our Rejuvenator 3-brush advanced single laundry system, as well as a detergent and laundry bag. I used all 4 brushes. The brass bristle was needed for the white rubber. This rubber was super cooked, super worn. Most of the traction's gone on the sole. The brass bristle brush was used to bring back a lot of the whiteness on the rubber, especially down here. The same thing with the stiff bristle brush, cleaned up the majority of the soles. There was a lot of deep grime from years and years worth of wear and tear on the shoe. I used a soft bristle brush to break down the dirt on the uppers. Same thing to scrub the dirty insides and get rid of all that nasty odors. This shoe specifically had a really strong cigarette smell. When I got them in the mail, I had them sitting in the corner of my office and it just completely stunk up my office. Once the full pre-treatment was done using Rejuvenator products, I put the shoe inside our sneaker laundry bag, put them inside the washing machine with our detergent, got them fully dried, moved on to removing the yellowing off the soles, did a lot of gluing all over the toe cap, random areas all over the sole, repainting the entire midsole, repainting the uppers, touched up the elephant print, touched up the back tab, and that's pretty much it, guys. Honestly, this is a simple, easy restoration if you guys are doing this at home. You can purchase our Rejuvenator products at rejuvenator.com. Check out the description below for my promo code to save some money. Also, we're super close to hitting 1 million subscribers, guys. If we can reach 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, we're gonna be giving away some Red October Yeezys. So please help us get there and subscribe. This is Vick Almighty. I'll see you guys next Monday.